Hello, I'm Courtney Cronin for IUHoosiers.com. I spoke with some defensive members of the IU Hoosiers football team on Monday after practice, figuring out where the progress is being made from week 1 to 2 going into week 3 as the Hoosiers gear up for South Carolina State on Saturday. All right, Lawrence, while it was a loss to Virginia over the weekend, that 54-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown, adding those stats to your name, how important and excited did you feel for that?
I was very excited at the moment, but, as any player would say, it would have been a lot better to come up with the W.
Now, where this defense has gone over the last few weeks, we're entering in week 3, heading into the South Carolina State game this Saturday. Where have you seen improvements so far in practice?
Just the energy, our coaches, we're feeding off their energy, they're getting after it and we're getting after it, and we're just buying into everything they say. So I feel like it'd be a good week of practice and it'd be a good game this Saturday.
Now, Coach Wilson talked about it after the game on Saturday, that the motivation and energy on the sideline was a lot different. You weren't seeing a dead sideline, and people, guys were pumping each other up. What made the change from the Ball State game to the Virginia game where you guys were, a little bit more excited on the sideline?
I think it was just first game jitters. A lot of people out there playing and people on the sidelines just scared to make mistakes and stuff. So, the second game, our coach emphasized after that first week that we come out with energy in practice and feed off of it on Saturday, and the crowd was great. Even though we were down 23-3, the crowd was in there and they hang in there with us. And if we have that every game, even away games, I feel like a lot of energy will be on the sidelines and out there on the field.
Now, the big focus coming into the Virginia game was preventing against that run game. You guys clearly did a great job with that. What's the main scheme that you guys are working towards against South Carolina State?
Really just playing hard. This is just the first day. We don't really know much, but we just got to play hard and buy into what the coaches say. And, if they're a run team, we got to stop the run. And if they're a passing team, we got to stop the pass. So we just got to buy into what the coaches say and play hard.
And one last question. You debuted the new home uniforms, let's say, last Saturday here. What do you think about those white helmets? Our view from the press box, you guys almost looked a little bit like a Stanford-type team. Some people were saying it was more of a burnt orange, looked like Texas.
It was nice. I'm just glad that Coach Wilson's came in here and made some changes. He's definitely a player's coach. He asked us what we wanted before the season, and he asked us if we'd be okay with it. And all the players just thought it'd be a good idea. So we look good. It's just unfortunate that we didn't get the win.
Fred, Coach said earlier in practice today that you were one of the best practice team players starting off early in the season. That's kind of made you work up to a starting position. What exactly did you do to be able to get there?
For me to be a better practice player, I watch a lot of film. I stay in the meeting rooms. My coach stresses every time that you compete in the meeting rooms, you compete on the field, and it makes the game a whole lot easier.
Now, the defensive energy, let's talk about that. It seemed that really carried the momentum of the game for the most part against Virginia. Where do you see this team going defensively heading into week 3 against South Carolina State with any new defensive scheme?
We getting smarter, we getting stronger, and we getting physical. And every time we step on the field, we expect nothing less.
Now, a lot of their points were scored either off field goals or way inside the 20. Red zone defense-wise, what are you guys doing to work against that this week?
We working harder. Whatever coaches throw at us, we go grind and try to get better at whatever the expect is to get there.
Now, Coach Wilson stressed one thing after the Ball State game was that this team needed more energy on the sidelines during the games. The fans were here. It was the biggest sellout crowd home sellout crowd since 1991 for a home opener. Where do you guys see that energy moving forward through the season? What was that there wasn't enough energy from weeks prior?
I feel like the energy going to the top. Everybody getting excited. We making plays on defense and offense. I feel like if we celebrate as a team, it gets everybody hype and want to make plays too.